Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to be doing a little chipping and a little pitching. So, again, I'm not going to try to reinvent the wheel with everything. A lot of this is basic. Some of this is probably things that you need to know. But we're going to do 4 shots today, 4 different shots. So the first one, standard chip shot. So what we are looking for is number 1, ball position. When we set up to it, we want to set up with the ball towards our right foot. So that's back of the stance. Always remember R equals roll, or right equals roll. Firstly, when we start pitching, left equals loft. So that's just an easy way to think about it. And once we get set up, we need to make sure that our stance isn't too wide. The wider our stance gets, the more speed we can create, because we're going to have a little bit more turn. So we want to keep those feet nice and close together. Very, very important, because all we're trying to do is take the club to point A, sweep it around, take it back to point B. That's all we're trying to do for this shot. Now, another key part that we need to keep in mind for this shot, we want to get a little bit more weight to our left foot, our front foot. And what this does, when we move the weight to the left, for righties, that's going to make everything a little bit more steep and a little bit more narrow. So that's going to help you sweep the ground a little bit. If we set up back here, tendency is to get very wide and shallow, and maybe flip it a little bit. We don't want to flip with this shot. We want to keep the wrist fairly firm, back and through, back and through. And then the last little key to the puzzle, we want to open our stance a little bit. So that all we have to do is move that left foot back a little. And what this does is, if I move left foot back, ball position back, weight forward, notice my shoulders are open a little bit. So by opening up the stance, we have preset some rotation into our swing. So if we get in here with a closed stance, now my shoulders are closed, now I really have to turn my shirt buttons. I have to move them more than I need to move them, in other words. So that's why we move the foot back. So shoulders will be kind of open at address, and that way when we come through, we can rotate a little easier, move our shirt buttons. So very, very important for these 4 shots we're going to do today, remember to move your shirt buttons. Move those shirt buttons. Golf's the game of opposites, so we want it to roll. The ball position is going to dictate that. The tendency is with a lot of people is to try to scoop that. We don't want to scoop for this shot. Some of the pitching, yeah, we're going to scoop a little bit, but for this shot, we need to have a little bit more of a downward strike to it. So very, very simple. And we'll get up, hit some balls, and check on your technique, make sure everything's okay. But standard shot like this, which club would you use? Do you use the same club, or do you use different clubs?
From here?
Say we're going to the middle flag.
There's a chance I'd use a 7-iron.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't bring one with me.
That's okay. So you go 7-iron and just putt it?
Yeah. I mean, I'd get it up off the ground, off of the short grass onto the green with that 7-iron and let it roll.
Yep. A-okay. That's a perfectly fine way to go about it.
Otherwise, I'd probably just use my fishing net.
Mm-hmm. Yep, one of the two. Or even, if you get in a situation almost identical to this, putting's not a bad thing to do. Putting is A-okay.
Bunny would do that probably.
With a 3-iron.
With a 3-iron.
Club, I want you to pick out a spot halfway between you and the target, and that's where you want the ball to land. So say, for instance, this club's my 54 degree. I'm probably going to try to land it in the, probably just at the edge of those shadows there. Hopefully it will roll on up to Again, feet close together, ball position back.
You've almost got the ball on the right toe.
Correct. Correct.
That's good.
Again, that just makes the swing more steep, more narrow at impact, which makes it easier to get the club to the ground. That's all it